look at the list of participants and just get the team members that you have on board. Shoot them a text message. I literally just started sending people individual messages. I know we put it inside the community, but I want to make sure that I'm effectively communicating and getting people in front of this information. Once again, we will not be on long tonight, but I do want to make sure that we are running the numbers. Giovanna, if you could send it to the SLD community, get them on as well. I want to make sure that we're putting as much money in the pockets of everybody, not just those that have decided to be digital entrepreneurs, but everybody. You just don't know the position that people are in, how things have really shifted and changed. So if you could send something out to the crypto club, that would be perfect. And if you don't see even some of your accountability partners on here right now, make sure that you send them a text message. Sometimes people get a little bit lost in the track of time and they're like, oh snap, I didn't realize it was 9 o'clock. So I'm super duper excited. So yes. Anybody new that's on here, everybody could definitely announce their names, let us know where you're calling in from. But anybody that's new to the family, maybe this is some of your first few calls. We know we're bringing in quite a bit of people. Go ahead and let us know. You know, we just want to hear from you guys. I love getting to know the community. So welcome to the call.
Well, my name is Unique. I'm new to the whole shebang. I was brought in by Elizabeth. I am being delightfully overwhelmed by the whole process, but I'm enjoying it so far. It's a lot of good positive energy, definitely a lot of good information, hands down. So I'm just trying to suck it all in.
I love it. Well, it is a pleasure to meet you, Unique. I am excited for you. I can tell you, you know, it's like stepping into a whole new world coming into this space. So brace yourself. And at the same time, don't feel like you have to understand everything overnight. Don't feel like it's going to all make sense to you so fast. This is a lifetime opportunity for you. We're talking about building wealth. And so we all felt like that in the beginning. So it's absolutely normal. I'm glad that you feel just the positive love from the community though, because we were really big on making sure that when people come in new, we all feel like that. So it's like a big hug. We want you to feel the big hug and love from everybody in the community. So I'm excited to have you here. What city are you in, Unique?
I'm in I'm a Detroit baby.
Oh, good. You up there where all that cold weather at?
Yeah, I'm Detroit, Michigan.
What up, though?
Awesome.
What up, Michigan?
What up, now?
I love it. Yes, we deep inside of Michigan. We were just on a chairman call just now talking about what city we're going to do the next Go Chairman event. And Detroit is definitely on the map. But I told him, hey, puppy. I apologize, guys. I told them that I ain't going to Detroit no cold now. I don't mess with Chicago and Detroit in the wintertime.
Yeah, a little chilly.
Yes, ma'am. So I love it. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. Super duper excited to have you on board. Anybody else that's new? I know so many new people came in, so please get your members on board on the call. So listen, let's kick it off. Let's go ahead and start off. You can still get more people on. I really just wanted to pull this call together. Earlier, we had a call. How many people were on a call earlier today at 6 Eastern? How many people was able to make it to the call? You guys can unmute. There's not that many people on here right now, so it's okay if you guys unmute.
Absolutely. Was up there. Absolutely.
Yeah, that was an amazing call.
Amazing call.
Yeah, it was an amazing call. And I do want to hear some of you guys' feedback, but I also want to make sure that we do some call to actions and see, now that we got that information, now that we have the promotion, now that we're in a new year, now what? You know, what do I do with that? Some people are listening in, even like Unique being new, and it can be a lot of information. And I think the biggest thing is that, you know, over time, things are going to begin to make more and more sense. But what happens right now is that everybody has an opportunity to leverage the money that's available. And some people, when they get started as a student, they don't really know the options and the opportunity that's fully at hand, nor do they know a blueprint that's going to get them to the end result that they want. Most people join this platform to make more money. But when they come in, if they only see one way, and that way takes a little bit longer than they thought it would. Sometimes they throw the towel in, not even knowing that there was a whole nother bag on this side that you could have gotten immediately while you go through the process of learning. So I believe it's very important for new people to be here so that they're clear on what's on the table and then they know what the blueprint is. So tonight's call, once again, it was amazing. The tone, the information. I believe a lot of people got revelation. There were so many aha moments on the call. I want to hear from you guys, and then we're going to go into really running these numbers to say, now what? New year, there's a promotion going on right now that's amazing. The opportunity with the world, just all the social proof that there is with what's happening in the world of crypto and the financial, you got to do something differently. So I want to hear from you guys, some of your feedback from the call earlier, and then we're going to get into some specifics.
Hey, Dr. Chyna, this is Lamar.
Hey, Lamar, what's up, my brother?
Stoked, excited. David brought, as always, a different perspective to it because I never really thought, I usually thought that success was just for, those who are around me. But then I thought about success is needed, as he was saying, for those who are going to be impacted by me. Mm-hmm. And that's when I was starting to think, like, who am I impacting? And then I thought about every single person that I came in contact with, whether directly or indirectly. My success has a direct impact on their lives because, as he said, he might be able to reach a person, in my set of shoes, but I just might be that one person who shines a light on an area that might lead someone to the answer that they're looking for, because that's exactly what I am is. I am is an answer. And so my whole takeaway from that was I just need to focus more on, rather than just being a solution, providing an answer and allowing people to see it through my success. And so that's the strong takeaway that I got from the call today. And it was straight amazing, straight sauce.
Gotcha. I love it. Yeah, that was really good. People are watching for sure, and they need to see you successful. Like, they need to see you successful. Your success is not just for you and your family. Your success is so that people would even be willing to listen to you. Success provides and brings visibility, and it brings the ability for people now to say, okay, I can listen to this person because I see the results and I see the manifestation. So that's powerful. I love it. Who else? What's some takeaways really quick before we get into really running these numbers? Hey, what's up, Dre? Mm-hmm. Love it. That's really good. I love ET as well. When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then that's when you'll be ready. And another part, a lot of people don't know that mentees, a lot of times they come about outside of them just desiring to learn from a person, but through serving. That's a cheat sheet. If you really want to, I love your background, Kate Marie. Look like you on an island somewhere, honey. It's so pretty. You can serve your way to a position very close to somebody that you admire, but a lot of people don't understand the humility that comes into that. So he was willing to do in ironing his mentor's clothes what somebody else would have probably thought they were too big for. But what that gesture did was it put him in close proximity to someone who had the results that they wanted. And the thing about mentorship that you got to be careful with, though, is this. A lot of times in the season that we're in now, everybody got these titles and these names. And so you got to make sure that the people that you are following they have results. And that's why even to what Lamar just said, Lamar mentioned that, well, one of the things that David mentioned on a call is that your success is important because people have to see the results. They got to see you elevate. Now, you don't need to beat yourself up because some of you have already elevated from the beginning. You want to keep going, but don't beat yourself up if the elevator is not moving as fast as you want it to move. Please don't do that. Don't get that misconstrued. But at the same time, when you're seeking mentorship, though, you want to make sure that, because in network marketing, we call whoever sponsors us our mentor, our coach. Right? That's what happens sometimes. That's a newer thing. Has always been the case. But you want to make sure that because somebody could have sponsored you that was not your coach or your mentor, you don't want to subject to that. That is your sponsor. You're coaching your mentor to people who's putting in the work. You're coaching your mentor to people who are having the results. You're coaching your mentors to the people who are doing presentations. You're coaching your mentors to the people who are on the call that's being recognized amongst those on these calls. Don't assume because that's your sponsor that is your coach or your mentor, or you were subjecting. Usually you're going to gain behaviors and traits from people that can't really service where you want to go. So just be mindful that network marketing really makes it very loose. People need to qualify to be your coach and your mentor, just like you need to qualify to be their mentee. See, when we talk about coaching and mentorship, a lot of people think that it's unanimous, that it's the same thing. It's not. Coaching is something that I could do to my whole organization, right? A lot of people could be on a team with coaching. A lot of people could get on a call like this or a perfect 10 call or the, call at 11 o'clock, the team huddle on Saturdays, or get on the Rise and Profit call and they can get some great coaching. But now when you're talking about mentorship, the mentor reflects the mentee. The mentee reflects the mentor. I can tell who your mentor is, not because you told me, but because I hear you use the same language. I hear the same phrases almost identically. I can see that I don't know. You say Chyna, your mentor, but you say the T word too much. I don't believe you. Not just in her presence, but what are you doing outside of her presence? That's not your mentor. That's probably your coach. That ain't your mentor because you ain't close enough. Because if you close enough, certain behaviors is going to rub off. Certain work ethics is going to rub off. Certain things, you follow what I'm saying? And so that was just so powerful because you could serve your way to a position that you probably would not have even earned otherwise. And when he talked about iron
recording in progress,
that's exactly what he was doing. He was serving his way. I was listening to something on Instagram. Somebody asked the question, stop that puppy, stop that, okay? Anyway, you hear this? The puppy don't know how to bark yet. The puppy been here for a whole week or two. The puppy still can't bark. But anyway, it's weird. The question was, if you're going out to dinner with your mentor, who pays for the bill? The person asked the question and the people responded. Like, who covers the bill if you're going out with your mentor? Some people don't understand this. I learned this in my first company, that if you get to get time with your mentor, you won't cover it. It don't matter what your financial situation is. You're not thinking like that because you're going to get a wealth of knowledge. But most people got it the other way around. In their mind, they're counting the money in the pocket of the mentor, assuming that it's their responsibility to cover the meal. Does that make sense? So it's an honor to be in both positions along the way. I believe that you should always have a mentor. And then at a certain point, I think that sometimes prematurely, once again, in network marketing, a person that just got started and they sign somebody up and they talking about their coach or mentor. You got to have some skin in the game and have some results and have been able to stand the test of time so that you could be qualified to really guide them in mentorship or rather coaching. So I thought that was amazing. That was super dope. One more person. I'm just interested, and then we're going to get into running these numbers. One more person. Hey,
Hey, I just love everything that you said, and what I was going to comment on kind of brings it all together, starting from the interview you were in, and you said wealth. Everyone does come on. I know almost 2 years ago, I came in thinking about the money factor, and growing my bank account, but wealth is a mindset. And you said that earlier today on an interview. And then coming around to David Imonitie, he talked about being a student, and getting back to the basics, and every area of this journey that we're on, we have to always remain a student. The mentee is a student. When you first come in, you're a student plugging in, and we just have so much. And I'm speaking of myself because that's my 2022 mindset, is always remember to be a student, plug into every opportunity. And there's just so many opportunities. Like the young lady said from Detroit, she's delightfully overwhelmed. Yes, stay delightfully overwhelmed. That means you're going to stay a student, and you're going to constantly grow and learn. And that's facts for me, because that's what my journey has been.
I love it. Thank you so much for that, Teresa. I love it. It is amazing. And I think when you stop learning, you really do stop growing. And a lot of people don't recognize that. But when you stop learning, you stop growing. And you really want to make sure you're continuously learning. That's why this year is really important for, if you notice, even on opportunity calls, I'm talking to the guests, but then I'm also talking to the leaders. Like, listen, even you, go back. Get back into the academy. Why? It's going to do two things for you. It's going to strengthen you up as a leader, as a presenter. Why? Because you got more content and context that you can speak about that you don't even remember. Because sometimes your presentations get stale. You're good, but you could be great. But the reason you're not great because you're not learning no more. Listen to a Michael Saylor. Listen to a Curtis Cobain. Listen to the words that they're using. Find out what's happening currently in the market so that when you are presenting this information, you got current news. Listen to me. Why? Because I'm studying. I'm always a student. So not only does the mentor have mentees, the mentor is a mentee. The mentor is a mentee. The mentor that you're following, who are their mentors? And if they don't have one, you're in a danger zone. You need to make sure that you know who your mentors are listening to. What do they listen to? Those things are really important. I want to hear from Tasha, the boss chick. She's been tearing it up on social media as well. Super duper excited about Chairman Tasha, crushing it, guys. When you hit a chairman position in this company, to me, that's one of those marks right there. Why? Not just company-wide, but industry standard. It crosses you over from what most people are. So when you're working a traditional corporate job, 5 figures a year is something that most people are doing, whether it's 30,000 or 90,000. But 6 figures is a position that a lot of people don't ever have a chance to see. So when you cross over to Chairman 10, it takes you from 5 figures annually to 6 figures annually. And so I want to make sure that as we go into 2022, that we build a culture of honor of what has already been done, the work that's been put in, the work ethic that's required. To be a chairman is not just about making $10,000 a month. You go from making 5 figures a year to 5 figures a month. We got to put some respect on the work ethic that is required, the consistency, the commitment that's required to get to $10,000 a month. Some people will never see it. And so we honor you, Tasha. We appreciate you, the work that you've been able to put in, the organization that you've been able to build. It required duplication. It required consistency and commitment. It required you to lead from the front. And so you qualify to be a coach because of the position you've been able to make it to. You had to lead 500 people, at minimum 372. Because if you're a leader, ain't nobody following you. You just taking a walk. We loosely use certain terms, but Chairman 10, that is like that's a big, big deal. And I'm super excited about what you've been able to accomplish. Your team, man, Carl is, when I tell you he in the trenches in this thing, you already know it's going to get done. Why? Because it's obvious, it's evident, the work ethics. I appreciate you. You're leading a phenomenal team. Come on and share your takeaways.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chyna. I appreciate, being up under your tutelage, being able to be coached as well as a mentee. So I thank God that I was able to be both. One thing I know David Imonitie said on that call, and guys, I was able to work with him in a prior company about 8 years ago as well. And man, his coach or his mentor back then, they sound just alike. So what Dr. Chyna is saying, I mean,
listen to the way they clear their throat.
Girl, every single thing, the way they walk, the way they stand, just everything. Like if you had both of them on a call and you couldn't see them on the Zoom, you wouldn't know which one is which. Exactly. And so one thing he had said on the call was, people watch what you do, not what you say. And that's what I did when I came into this industry, years ago. That was all of our first time with Dr. Chyna. We were with Stormy Wellington, some of the top MLM leaders right now today that are on the top of the charts. And all of us were in it in the beginning, just not knowing what we were doing. And we were ignorance on fire. When I tell you, when we came together, the momentum was crazy. Nobody was in competition with each other. We just followed the blueprint. And so when Dr. Chyna called me about this opportunity just 5 years ago, because I knew her work ethic, because I knew her results that she was getting, I was in a good position. If I just do what she say, if I come over here and watch what she do, and what she said, because I started to say, the statement is true. What David said, people watch what you do, not what you say. But for me, because I'm experienced in this industry, some people which is at the caliber or the level of Dr. Chyna and at the level of Mr. Imonitie and at the level of Dr. Jewel, you want to watch what they say and do. Okay. I'm taking notes regardless both ways. And so just being in this space and being able, to duplicate what you have done, Dr. Chyna, the leadership is impeccable. And I just, I'm able to run the type of team that I have, the family and the unity that we have because of what you've given me in a prior company. And it has just come over here and you have leveled up and quadrupled, that environment, the warm and fuzziness that we have with Rich University and so forth. And just what you're creating over here is a level of leadership that is, we're working in a spirit of excellence. We got some work to do, but I know that we all can definitely be chairman 750s, be chairman 1 million. We just got to get out of our own way. And so for those of you, another thing that happens sometimes that can mess up an organization is one, being in competition or thinking you competing or, being offended easily. You can't be offended easily. When you are a mentee, you have to be able to accept, you have to be able to, take the chastisement or the advice or the suggestions, whatever it is that they're giving you, take it, bite off what you can handle, whatever else will finish you, put it to the side. And eventually, as you mature, you'll understand what happened. It may not be right then and there. And so just, in network marketing, you're going to have some situations, some bumps and some bruises, and you may not agree with everything. Just follow the blueprint, guys. Success leave clues. And what I mean by that is follow who it is that already have the results that you desire and just make it happen, guys. And so don't be in your way for 2022. Let's get it done collectively. And again, congratulations, because Pastor Carl, your work ethic is crazy. It's bananas. And now you got a little Carl, a Miss Carl over there. No disrespect to Miss Angela, but you done duplicated Jasmine. She just a little female Carl right now. You got two others. I love
it. Amazing. Wow, Tasha, first of all, I just want to say that's just amazing. You just took us down memory lane. And I think that was so powerful that you touched on it the way you did, because a lot of times people see your success and they think, oh, well, how long have you been in IM? But it's not just how long have you been in IM. Being in this industry teaches you. And so we've taken everything that we've learned industry wise and been able to come into this space. Some of you are a little hard on yourself and you just got started in the industry in this company, whereas some of us have come with years of experience. And so just be willing to continue to go on the journey. This is the greatest industry you can be a part of. That's why the world or certain systems want to put in your mind not to get in. If they could keep you out, then you would never know your true potential. If they could keep you out, then they could keep you running back to a job. If they could keep you out, they can keep you having to figure it out by yourself. This allows unity. It allows community. It allows you to build finances up like never before. Where else could you go that you could tell me? Don't tell me something you pulling out the sky because you heard about it, but where can you go to make $1 million a month? Where can you go to sit on a call with somebody that's making $750,000 a month? That's attainable. Where can you go to be a part of something that's $1 billion movement that they invited you in for? Where somebody called and said, I want to invite you in to $1 billion project that I'm working on. Where can you go? So you have to honor the fact that I got access to something that's doing for me. Well, really, if I work this thing, nothing else could really do. So it's really important. It's really, really important, guys, that you are clear of the blessing that we have. I'm super duper excited about it. I want to put some numbers in front of you really quick. I want to put some numbers in front of you guys really quick. Let me see. Yeah, let me put some numbers in front of you guys really quick because I want to run the numbers because I think that sometimes people get into a space. Holidays, coming off the holidays could be tough for some people. Your organization could have shifted a little bit. None of that matters. None of that matters. If somebody could lose a chairman 250, it doesn't matter that your person that wasn't even ranked up walked away. It doesn't matter that your P600 deranked. It doesn't matter that your P1000 dropped down a little bit. It just doesn't matter. Because they don't get to control whether or not you continue to go in the process with this. You get to control that. So all of that may be a fact, but it doesn't matter. What matters is your desire. What matters is your decision. What matters is the direction that you're going to take in the process of getting to where you need to go. That's what really matters. So you can have a fresh start. Everybody's rebuilding in the industry. Let me just put this out there. If you didn't know, the whole industry is rebuilding because the world is different. So I want to show you the numbers and I want to know who's launching with me as a company, as a team. Carl and his whole organization has been tearing it up, leading by example. The work ethic in this brother right here is absolutely phenomenal. They are not stopping. And so I want to put this in front of you guys so that you could see what you're pushing for. And then you can understand, really, let's make simple stuff simple. Let's not complicate something that's simple. So right now, guys, if you don't know, we have a promotion on the table where if you want a guaranteed $1,000, put 1,000 in the chat. You want a guaranteed $1,000. Just put 1,000 in the chat. Let me help you with your belief and let me help you with your process. If you want a guaranteed $1,000, put $1,000 in the chat because you might be like, well, it's just $1,000. It's $1,000. And if we could show you how to turn that $1,000 to 100,000 or 10,000 and the 10,000 to 100,000, 100,000 to $1 million, come on, somebody, that $1,000 is a seed. That's a seed. So don't ever minimize. And for some people, 1,000 is huge. But either way, how many people want a guaranteed $1,000? Well, what did Christopher Terry tell us? Christopher Terry said, I got a guaranteed $1,000 for you. I got a guaranteed $1,000 for you. And guess who's going to get the $1,000? Guess who's going to get the $1,000? Those who believe that put the work in. So all you need right now is what? Two things. You need belief that you can do it. You already got the system. You already in. You got the tools. You got that part. So you don't need access because you're in. You need belief and you need commitment. You got access. So this is the ABCs. Access, you got it already. You on the inside. Now you need belief. Somebody could watch somebody else do it, but they may not have the belief that they can do it. You need belief. What most people lack that they don't even know is belief. Why? Because of the conversations that they're having with themselves in their head. You telling yourself why you can't start right now is a story you telling yourself. Really, I took a screenshot of who is this guy? Who is this? Fat Joe. Celebrities. Because I know that some people say, as soon as I get ready, I'm almost there. No, it don't work like that. You start and then you get to where you think it's going to just come to you. So a guaranteed 1,000 is by enroll. Now, some of you going to be like, why is belief important? Because as soon as I tell you what's required, you got an option. You could believe you can do it or you could believe you can't. And there's nothing else in the middle. There's nothing else in the middle, right? This ain't one of the terms when David was talking about the maybes. This won't be a maybe. You're going to either believe you can or you're going to believe you can't. This one won't be a maybe. You're going to either believe you can or you're going to believe you can't. The initial thought that comes into your mind is very important. A guaranteed $1,000 is you bringing on 20 people in about 60 days. Maybe about 50 days now. Where is that? March 5th. So between today and March 5th, how many days is that from today? Somebody ask Siri. From today to March 5th. Let's run these numbers. From today to March 5th, let's run these numbers. Tell me what that is.
51, Dr. Chyna, 51.
Okay, perfect. So 51. I'm looking to pull up my physical calculator so you guys can see it, but I don't know what this thing doing. Gee. So I'm going to pull up my calculator over here. So we got 51 days to get 20 people. Wait a minute. So we got 51 days to get 20 people. So you got an extra 31 days, even if you just got one person a day. You don't even have to get one person a day. You don't even need to get one person a day. You can get, let me see how many weeks. Let me see. So what that is, 50. $51 days. I want to do weeks though. Let's just say let me see. Divided by, let's just say it's 5. You can get 4 people a week and still hit these numbers. A week. This is what real work looks like though. 4 people a week. You know, if you work for certain companies and all you could close is 4 people in a week, you fired. What if you hired yourself right now? So that you could get the extra $1,000, because the extra $1,000, everybody gonna get it. How many of you have the belief though that you can get 4 people in a week? How many of you genuinely have the belief right now, this week coming up, starting tomorrow, from Friday to Friday, that you can bring in 4 people? You hired yourself today. You hired yourself today. Because some people don't know how to have a business, but they know how to be an employee. You hired yourself. And you got to bring in 4 people. Now, mind you, corporate is helping you to do this. They want to give you $1,000. They want to guarantee this. Now, for some of you, this $1,000 is going to go straight into your trade account. The difference that's going to make in your life is where else before you might have had a skeptical 100, 200, 300. You got more confidence in the market with $1,000. You can mess up a little bit more with $1,000. You could turn that $1,000 into $10,000 off of belief. In this moment, 20 people is 4 people a week. 4 people a week? How do you do it? Corporate said, not only am I going to give you, Chris going to give you $1,000 for bringing in 20 people, but we're going to help you do it. Now you got people like a Jewel Tanker. You got people like Wanda Webb. You got people like all of these leaders that David Imonitie, Alex Morton, that's doing presentations for you. Company-wide. 3 times a day. So what do you really have to do? 4 is not a big number. How many people feel like enrolling 4 people is a lot? Don't tell me about what you did before, but how many people feel like if you worked a job, whether it was insurance, whether it was a real estate brokerage, whether it was Whatever some of y'all do right now, if you don't close 4 deals in a week, some of y'all are fired. You got a product that people want. This is going to give you $1,000. And all you have to do is what? Invite. Well, how do you invite? Who do you invite? Where do you go to invite? That's where your creativity comes in at. That's where your desire shows up at. That's where you decide I'm serious about this now. Because people are everywhere. People are in your phone. They're on your social media. They're in your jobs with you. They're in your schools with you. They're in your children's school. They're in the grocery stores. They're in the malls. They're in the clubs. Everywhere you go, there are people. You come up with the creativity on that part. I don't want to tell you where to go just in one spot. I might say social media, but you may do better going into the beauty salons. You come up with what the marketing strategy is going to be for you because that's what you're getting paid for. You're getting paid to decide to be creative on what's going to make you stand out in the crowd. How can you stand out in your community? How can you stand out on social media? How can you stand out amongst those that are, here's the crazy part. It's so easy to stand out because who's actually talking about crypto at your workplace? Who's actually talking about crypto in your family? Who's actually talking about crypto in your kids' school? Who's actually talking about crypto in the clubs? But you can. You can. The whole world on social media is talking about it. But you could be the one that they connect to in your community if you do the work. This is $1,000. That's a seed, y'all. That's not just about $1,000 that can pay a bill or two. It's about $1,000 turning into $1 million. How many people saw what we put in the community that Ben shared with us? This was so dope, y'all. Let me pull it up so you guys can see it. This is not a game. That's why I wanted to hop on here to run the numbers. Watch this, guys. This is important. I dropped it in a community the other day because when I saw those numbers, I said, wait a minute. Everybody needs to see this right here. This is legendary. This is life-changing. If you just put $100, save $100, I don't know if it was a week or a month, just into Bitcoin, based on the prior production that it's already had. This is a week. This is what could happen. I say, wow, this is doable. So if you need to save $100 for 10 years, you definitely don't want to be, in that can take you to millions of dollars. I think it was $160 million. We're not about to let $100 a week stop us from doing that, right? You're not about to let $100 a week stop you from doing it, right? Because I'm definitely not about to let $100 a week. So come on, man. When I saw this, I'm about to share with you guys right now. Let this be your motivation. Because remember, if there's no belief, if you like, well, I'm the kind of person, that's just not going to work for me, then you're right. It's not. I agree with you. And if you're the kind of person that say, I'm not going to let none stop it, I'm getting this done because I need that $1,000, you're right. I agree with you. Can't nothing stop you. Bitcoin, if Bitcoin grows at half the rate that it has grown at over the last 10 years, if you deposit $100 a week for the next 12 years, you can retire with $16 million. Now, you might say that's a lot of money. Well, $100 a week is not a lot of money if you set your goals properly. $100 a week is not a lot of money. Some of y'all spend $100 a week on miscellaneous stuff. That means you need more cash flow coming in because who don't want to retire with $16 million? If you can do $1,000 a week, if it just does what it did 10 years ago, and we haven't even seen the parabolic growth that we're going to see, $1,000 a week, it will be $164 million in 12 years. So then what's the goal? Make sure you have $100 a week coming in. And this could be seed money to do it. Does that make sense? So when we're talking about running the numbers, what do you need? Desire. You got to have a desire. If you don't have a desire, you're going to be like, I can't do it. The belief, you're going to be like, I can't do it. Right? So when we look at this compensation plan, you're 20 people, you got $1,000, but that's not it. You got to pay $600 all by yourself. That's $600 a month coming in now. That's with no help. That's just you. You almost a P1000 by yourself. You don't think some of those people gonna want to run for $1,000 too? This is how you build an empire. This is how you build a business. Out of those 20 people, 3 to 5 of them gonna want to run with you because of the momentum. Because they see you leading from the front. Once you go to Platinum 1000, you could produce Platinum 1000s. If you could find 3 to 5 of them with belief to go P1000, do you know that takes you to chair a Platinum 5,000? $5,000 a month? See, you're gonna work one way or the other. Either you're gonna work for yourself, you're gonna work a blueprint like this, you're gonna work what we call free enterprise, meaning we free agents, we free. There is nobody that's gonna be over your back making sure you do it. There is no place to clock in at. There's entrepreneurship that gives you a micro franchise opportunity, meaning you don't need to spend as much as it's gonna take for you to get a Starbucks, but you have everything a business already provided for you. The back office is provided for you. The website is provided for you. The calls that you need to present to people is provided for you. You only have to do the presentation. The compensation plan is here for you. The attorney to govern the company is already here. You don't have to build a compliance team. You don't have to create the product. So as a digital entrepreneur, all you have to do is network, meet new people, and market. Network, meet new people, and market. And this one run could take you to P5000. The promotion ends March 5th. 4 people a week. So I wanted to get on here because I wanted to make sure you knew what the numbers were, because it's time to get serious about your future. Cryptocurrency is not going anywhere. NFTs is not going anywhere. Blockchain technology is not going anywhere. You can run out the door all you want because you feel like this is hard, but you're going to run right into it somewhere else. You're going to wish that you would have learned from the best platform in the world that's going to allow you to take baby steps and really see results. This is legendary right now. We've been on this in the world just finding out. So what about the next thing to come? How would you like to be here before it comes and you're in the best position you could possibly be in? Now, yes, this part is optional. You can just be a student all you want. You can just be a customer. You don't never have to tell a soul. I'm just curious to know who wants an extra guaranteed $1,000. Because here's the truth. The rare, honest truth that most people don't want to hear. The market can't guarantee you anything. It's just not what it was designed to do, is investing. There's never guarantees in investing. Real estate investing into corporations, there's never guarantees. It's just not. There's no guarantee. And if anybody ever tell you there's a guarantee, run. Because it's always going to be risk. I just showed you a guarantee. You bring in 20 people is guaranteed. As long as they select a platinum or an elite package, or should I say an elite or a platinum package, they select elite, DCX, HFX, FRX, or ECX, you got $1,000 guaranteed. I wanted to make sure that these numbers were clear. Somebody could literally do this. And what does it require? Everything that David just mentioned on the call. Anybody wrote down those 5 qualities? Anybody took notes on those 5 qualities? Could you type them in the chat? Those 5 qualities. I was driving during the call. If anybody took notes on what those 5 qualities were, what do you have to do? You got to believe. And what's the final thing you got to do? You got to commit. What do you need to commit to? A morning regimen. Because if you can't get up, or if you don't know what you're doing when you get up, and you don't have a journal or a calendar, your day gonna pimp you if you're a full-time entrepreneur. If you're working a full-time job right now, you gotta commit. You gotta commit that if you can work 9 to 5 for them, you're gonna work 5 to 9 for you. Just like you work for them, committed. If you can work 9 to 5 for them, you can work 5 to 9 for you. I mean, as soon as you get off in traffic, the phone is on the thing and you're talking to someone. You don't have time to be tired. I know it's unfair, but if you miss this window of opportunity right now, you're going to really be upset. The largest wealth transfer of our time is happening now. It's not happening when you're well rested. It's happening right now. So what do you have to commit to? Creating a regimen for your morning. Understanding the blueprint. What is your requirement? How do you get paid in this company? You get paid 2 ways outside the product. You get paid 2 ways outside the product. To network and meet new people and to market. Become a great marketer. Become a great marketer. Okay, so 5 qualities were gratitude, resilience, being optimistic, a winner. I don't think this is it. No, this is not it. This wasn't it. Wait a minute, what are we talking about here? Both of y'all put that.
That was it, Dr. Chyna.
Work ethic was one of them. Work ethic was one. Integrity was one. I don't see that on here.
Pleasing personality was the 5th. Character was
okay, Dr. Chyna, it was character, work ethic, add value to people's lives. I'm sorry, this is Kimberly. I'm in a noisy area.
Can you type it in?
Sure.
Thank you. Where this one come from? I probably missed that part. I could have missed it. I was driving. Oh, he gave y'all an acronym. Yeah, I want the other one. I want that one with that work ethic, with integrity. Anybody wrote that one down? So while Kimberly is typing that in, I just want to know who's committed to relaunching their business or launching their business. Great character, integrity, positive attitude, work ethic, and I think it was one more. But that's good, Jasmine. Thank you for that. Great character. This is what leadership is really built on. Your character is who you are when no one's watching. Not who you are when you show up. Are you a gossiper? Do you talk to one person and then to the next person about that's not good character. Who are you when nobody else is watching? Who do your kids know you to be? Integrity. That goes really hand in hand. Integrity is not just about how you are integrous with other people. It's all about, do you keep your word to yourself? You said you was going to do it, but you keep, you know what I'm saying? You never do what you say you're going to do. So that's not good integrity. A positive attitude, even when it's easy to have a positive attitude when everything is positive. You know, if you have a positive attitude, if when things not positive, how you respond, do you let it kind of take you out with it and you all over the place because life happening, life going to happen to everybody? How do you respond when the weather changes? How do you respond when the wind comes? How do you respond when life happens? That determines whether or not your attitude is positive. Everybody can have a good attitude when everything is good. And then work ethic. What? Work ethic. I was looking at the numbers in the chat on work ethic. Keep in mind that if you already a 9 or a 10, shoot, you ain't got no more growth to go. I was like, I'm a good 7 and I work, but I can't be a 10 yet if I got more work to do. Where's the room for improvement? There's more. You see what I'm saying? Like there's more. I saw some people being real transparent. They're like, I'm a 1, man. I don't be doing nothing. And I'm not saying everybody want to be a 1, but if you know you don't really be doing nothing, then don't be putting up a 5 to be cute because everything is empty. So a pleasing personality. Now that one right there, that one hit my shine. Now I was like, wow, pleasing personality. Some of y'all might be like, Chyna, I don't know right now. Your personality is stepping on my toes. This ain't so pleasing. You got me feeling some kind of way right now. Because this is what coaching and mentorship is about. So I say, wow, pleasing personality. I have to work on delivering the message. I don't know if I could do that in this season, but I'm going to work on it in a way that it still can be pleasing. Because sometimes when we're in critical mass, like right now, and I need y'all to win so y'all don't lose, and I need y'all to win to get on the other side of this before the world changes. Y'all don't understand. I'm a global ambassador to the United Nations. You don't understand what I know. You don't understand the stuff that's coming and how all of this stuff is happening. I said, when y'all see me move a certain way, don't think I'm moving a certain way to be rebellious. Sometimes because I know what a lot of people don't know. And I'm like, shh, you got to run for your life right now. This is not a game. The plans that they have for the people that's not on the right side of money, you don't even want to know. It's like something out of a movie. People are going to become so wealthy. You see it happening in front of your face. You just don't understand what it means. All of this money is being made right now. This is real, y'all. This is real and it's going to get bigger. So you telling me all these people can make all this money and you can't, then they feel you deserve to be where they're going to put you. I'm just telling you right now, you got the internet at your fingertips. Now you got the blockchain technology. And for those of us that's in here, and it's still a tough, tight situation, you are not working at the level that you could be. I want to see everybody have more. So you're not on the wrong side of money. When everything hit the fan, you don't see the fan getting hit right now? Stuff is hitting the fan right now, but the fan still happen to be moving. Y'all in this spot right here, and you got the whole leadership team running. What you gonna do? The whole company, every chairman in the company running. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You get to choose. You just like you get to choose to believe or not, you get to choose to be committed or not. How much work you gonna put in? When you look at these numbers of 1,000 people, $1,000 to take you to your next rank, it don't matter who left your business. It don't matter who slowed down. It don't matter. None of that matters. You get to rebuild your whole organization. You get to build work ethic. You get to build your integrity. Now you get to do what you say you're gonna do. So I want to know who's ready to build an empire. Who's ready to build their legacy? Who's ready to build it for their last name? Who's really ready to do the work that's required? Who's really ready to do presentations? Who's really ready to invite? Who's really ready to do three-way calls? Who's really ready to build something even if they don't know how? Because we got the blueprint. Because there's a guaranteed $1,000 on the table. And you got to wake up ready. Put those shoes on. Tie those laces up. Stretch out a little bit and get ready to run. And every single day, we are running from today until West Palm Beach. That's less than 60 days away. The ones that I'm working with right now are the ones that I'm helping to make the stage. The people that I'm going to be working with right now are the people that I am helping to make the stage. Everything in my life changed when I made the stage. I did not know the world fought to keep me from free enterprise. They told me I was crazy for doing something like this. Friends and family laughed at me as they did not support me. You think that was my focus? I saw people in front of me as examples winning. You think I'm gonna listen to them broke people? They were broken, many of them, honestly. What I had to do so I did not listen to them is emerge myself into a new environment. See, if you stay connected to the fire, who's on fire? Carl's on fire. Ain't no secret who's on fire. You see the fire. He's on fire every single day. Did he allow y'all or anybody to affect him that's not on fire? Or did he light a fire under you? People got their fires lit. Why? Because he knows he has to make the stage. He's opened up now they do calling parties every day. He said, you know what? This already the rich calling party. Who want to join in it? This is what we do. Don't matter if it's 3 people, 5 people, 7 people, or 10. We hitting the phones. We doing the work. We accountable to one another. And guess what? It's working. It's working. Presentations, they worked. I want you to hear from him how they work, but they worked for 2.5 weeks to do the presentation when they had over 200 people on a call. But they worked. And they still closing deals, closing deals, closing deals, and closing deals. So ask yourself today, are you ready? Are you ready to do the work? Are you ready to win? Are you ready to make the stage? Are you ready for your family to be proud of you? Because the same people that didn't support you will be proud of you. They will, because you're the representation for them now. They're going to be talking about you behind your back in a different way. I'm telling you what they do. They will brag on you behind your back, and you didn't even know they knew what you was doing. You didn't even know they was watching you. Yeah, girl, my cousin doing this. Girl, you heard about Unique, huh? Yeah, girl, you heard about Jasmine, huh? Yeah, girl, you heard about Shareem, huh? And this time it's going to be because see, they talking regardless. They talking your business regardless. Give them something to talk about. Let them talk about your business. Since you talking about my business, talk about my business. Give them something to talk about. Give them something to talk about. Give them something to talk about. Forget doing it for your haters. Do it for the people who believe you should win. Prove the people who believe you should win right. Prove the people who want to see you win right. So, Carl, I want to bring you in, bro. I know you guys have been doing these calls and they've been working. And I want to give people an opportunity to have real action steps leaving this call. This is about call to actions. I want to give them real action steps that they can tap into so that they can win. You're already doing it. There's no need to reinvent the wheel. It's working. You're doing it daily. I'm committed to supporting you guys with 3-way calls. I'm committed to doing presentations with you guys. I will be traveling this weekend to Orlando. Then I'll be in Houston, Texas on Monday. I'll be in Arkansas on Saturday, and I got more travel to do. Those of you that are really ready to run, the way you get my attention because things is moving so fast, let's win together. If I see you serious, we can work. 3-way calls. You call me to do a 3-way, we're doing a 3-way call to close the deal. Think about big fish. Think about people who have influence. That go after those people. They want what we have. And then leverage your upper leadership who got the results to talk to them. That's the support we give you. We literally help you to win. You're not doing this by yourself. It don't matter if you knew. It don't matter what you don't know. It don't matter that you don't have the results you want yet. You are the plug. You are connected. It's not often that people get to be on the phone with people that's making 6 figures in a week, 6 figures in a month, sometimes 6 figures in a day. To have access to that, it's powerful. Don't limit yourself from leveraging it. So, Carl, I want to bring it over to you, bro,
yes, ma'am.
For you to bring in what you guys are doing and let's close out.
Y'all drop some sevens in the chat for Dr. Chyna, Bethley. Quick takeaway I took from the meeting with David is his tone of voice, his posture. I'm just still feasting off of the call from earlier. And your leadership that you provide every day, Dr. Chyna, your consistency is to really be admired. And it's amazing when you were saying how you sound like your leader. You know, oftentimes I hear myself sounding like Latasha or sounding like yourself. And my phrases, in my tone of voice, in my injection of my voice, in my closing, because I've been listening to you guys for going on 4 years now. And we're doing something very unique. And really, guys, we're not even reinventing the wheel. What we're doing in the Rich Calling Party is really the foundation of entrepreneurship. It is actually what major corporations do, like Grant Cardone, your major corporations. They have sales teams, right? They have call centers. The people that have ever called you for a bill, right? They have a call center, right? And they reach out and they call and they respond to questions. So what we're doing in the Rich Call Party, I want to say we log in at noon. The only day we don't do the calling party is Sundays, but you can still, you know, as I'm normally at church during that time, but from 12 noon to about 8 p.m., at least 6 days a week, we're hitting the phones. And what we're doing is if a person gets on the line and maybe they don't know what to say when they're calling their list, we give them actually what to say. If they're calling someone they met on social media, here's the script. If they're calling someone in their phone, here's the script. If they're calling someone that they just met at the grocery store, hey, this is what you actually say. So literally, if you guys want the strategy, because I really believe if all of you knew exactly what to say based on the scenario when you're calling someone and you knew that, hey, when I invite them to hear a Dr. Chyna, a Chairman Latasha, our Platinum Leadership, Chairman Leadership, that there's a high probability if I become great at one thing, just getting them to the information, that I can enroll 70 to 80% of who. How many of you all believe that when you get guests in front of the leadership, that we are going to help you to close the deal? Drop sevens. How many of you all actually believe that if you get them in front of the leadership, the individual showing the information, how many of you all actually believe that we are going to close the deal? I need you guys to understand, the more you believe, the proof of your belief, the next big call that we do, we should be able to break 1,000 people. I believe it was myself, and I don't want to mention names, I don't want to forget anyone. It was myself and about 6 other people in the call center, Rich Call Center. We meet here on Zoom. And I would believe within 2.5 weeks, we confirmed about 900 people. And because I've been in entrepreneurship before and I understand the ratio numbers, I knew that about 25%, somebody dropped in the chat, what's 25% of 900? Somebody dropped that in the chat. 25% of 900, drop it in the chat, get your calculator. So we confirmed about 7 of us, 900 people. Jasmine, Tierra, it was exactly, I want to say between 215 and 225 people.
That's right.
So right now, I'm going to be transparent. Our numbers are okay for the next big event. We're at about, because y'all, the thing about the calling party, we track our quota, watch this, at the end of every work shift. I love what Dr. Chyna said. If you work a 9 to 5, okay, 5 to 9 or 5 to 7, hop on the calling party. And because in my mind, I understand that if I'm going to hit Chairman 10, because Chairman 10 is done for me, but who am I going to develop to Chairman 10? See, when I first started building the business, I was thinking about, man, Angela, baby, let's go chairman. Then I began to think I need to make my vision bigger to incorporate other leaders. And now others are just as aggressive as I am. And by default, I'm getting ready to smash 10. And my goal is to produce at least 1 10 additional Chairman 10 by March. All right. So right now, I want to say we're at 165 people for the next big event. So once we get up to 800 confirmations, I'm not getting on the call wondering who's going to show, because 25% of 800 is what, 150 to 175. And I know that amount of people that get on the call, I know out of that 15% will enroll 72 hours later. So if you guys are excited about the calling party, I really want to see, it's over 38 of us on this line. I know all of us, number one, commit. The next 7 days, how many of you are committed to enrolling your 4 people? That's what I want to give you some action steps. Can we start there, y'all? I know we have all these ranks, P150, P600, and because based on the level as your belief grows, you'll believe bigger. But who believes they can enroll 4 families in the next 7 days? I'm going to be doing, I believe we are doing an opportunity. Are we doing an opportunity call on Sunday, Dr. Chyna?
We're definitely doing the opportunity call on Sunday.
Do you want to drive traffic to my Wednesday call, or?
Yeah. How many days you do it?
I do this Wednesday, the 19th is our next big one.
Oh no, we're going to definitely drive traffic to that. But are you doing any other opportunity calls daily?
I do 3 big ones a month, and I close deals in between.
Gotcha. Okay, so mainly what I would say for until Sunday. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm traveling Sunday. I will not be doing a call Sunday, but we can still make a call. Make sure you want to do it Sunday.
Oh, absolutely. Let's go.
Yeah. So Sunday, and then
I don't turn down work.
So I know that's right. You got to put them 10,000 hours in. So, reach out to your sponsor. Let's make sure that we can get a 3-way call done so we can close the deal. And we have 3 opportunity calls happen a day corporately. So you'll always know who is doing a presentation. A lot of those presentations are very good. Mm-hmm. A lot of them are very good. So you got 3 opportunities happening a day, 12 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken, it is 12, right? 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and no, wait. 3 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and 11 p.m. That's so that the whole U.S. could get on. 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Eastern, and 11 p.m. Eastern. I'll actually be on tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. So that's happening every day until, and I think that's the best thing to do, Carl, because why stop what we're doing? Mm-hmm. You follow what I'm saying? Well, we already have a system here and corporate already has it. Let corporate do the work that they're doing for us. Mm-hmm. We're going to be presenting that the top chairman is going to be presenting. I like that. Is it okay to use StreamYard replays? That's good. That's good, Lamar. So we got a ton of replays. If you guys will go to my YouTube page, Chyna Bethley on YouTube, find your best StreamYard presentations for people that just need to see something now, and you can send them a playback. You see what I'm saying? You can send them a playback. They even have it now where you could take the playback and rerun it on your page like it's live or something. I don't know how you do all of that part. But bottom line, if corporate is doing those 3 opportunities a week, now I do encourage you to get on to see them yourself so you can know what to expect, because they are different. We all present differently, but the information is still being presented. And at the end of the day, Sundays, and then on the 19th, when Carl is doing that one, let's drive some traffic to that so we can help you to get your 4 people in.
You want me to show this flyer, Dr. Chyna?
Yeah, you can show it. Yeah.
Hey, y'all drop some number 12s in the chat for one of our new Platinum 600s.
Oh my goodness, that flyer. Drop it in the chat, y'all. Let's go. Kids sleeping. Let me stop being so loud. Let's go.
I am so proud of Jasmine. Dr. Chyna, let me say this. Man, her work ethic is just impeccable. You know, I thought for a long time, and I have so many other amazing leaders, praying, God, allow people to come into my organization that really have a strong desire to win. But I had to become that person, right? To attract that individual. Angela and I, we met Jasmine on social media, and Jasmine joined the business October the 5th of 2021. It took a little bit of time to hit P150, but as soon as she hit P150, I want to say a week or week and a half later, maybe 2 weeks at the most, she popped P6. And she's only 17 away, all platinum packages from 1,000. And we've already strategized. She's going to knock out 10 of those on Wednesday, because we're doing a huge call on Wednesday night. So Jasmine, congratulations, sister. Y'all drop those 12s. That means she helped 12 families. And now I Am Mastery Academy is paying her $150 a week. Y'all, that's $150 every single Friday, because she was willing to say, I not only want to trade, I not only want to learn the markets, but I'm called to a mission bigger than just making money. I am called to impact people. Let's go, Jasmine! Let's go, Jasmine. You want to have any words, sister?
Oh gosh, holding back the tears. I appreciate you guys dearly, deeply. I'm not stopping running. Like I told Carl, I'm closing out 2022 as Chair Queen 10. I'm not playing no games. I'm not playing no games, and I'm closing out the 31st of January as Platinum 1000. So y'all gonna be seeing me again on that Platinum 1000 flyer. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah,
love it. She's definitely a mini you. Okay, Tasha said Miss Carl, not no offense to Angela. Funny. But when I tell you the energy, I see those replays you send me of the rich calling parties, y'all be locked and loaded, and it is what it takes. Billionaires are doing this, so it works. So that's amazing. Congratulations to you, Jasmine. I remember you coming in really from the beginning with a lot of energy and just was on fire. And as Carl mentioned, it took some time to hit P150. And once you hit P150, it's been just a few days, few weeks later, P600 is done. now just 17 people away from P1000, and with the work ethic and commitment. And I think that's the biggest piece that a lot of people need to hear now. This is something that you got to keep your foot on the gas with, especially when momentum is coming. Just like a job, you got to work that job every day. You know, you can't do it sometimes or do it when you feel like it. Success doesn't come like that. And so you guys are holding yourselves accountable with each other. It's amazing to see. And I'm excited. Who's ready to tap into the rich call parties that's happening? Committed to do it because they committed. Like it ain't no like today I feel like it, tomorrow I don't. We understand things come up and you may not be able to participate every single call or the whole call, but those of you that are committed is going to show. And it just really holds you accountable throughout your day to get the work done. Some of you may be able to get on a call for, just a few hours, but whatever you can do is going to make a big difference. So
and also Jasmine, it's funny because I hopped on an orientation with her. Dr. Chyna, I never showed her how to onboard a new client. She shares her screen. She shows them how to take it from MT4, from swipe coin to MT4, from swipe trades to MT4. She literally onboards her people from A to Z. Mm-hmm. Like we all need each other, but it's like she doesn't even need me. I said, my God.
Man, I love it. I'm excited.
And we have about 3 other P600s that are getting ready to pop.
Yes.
David Thompson is very, very close. Fennerson is very close. And I believe Miss Elizabeth is very close to P600. So, and then I'm going to help those 4 go P1000 in the month of February. And we're just going to keep running the play until we smash them 10.
That's it, though. What Carl is mentioning, guys, is what it takes to build anything big. And that's building it from the ground up. My focus is to produce more P600s this month than anything. We want to see every rank pop, but there's some of you right now that don't even realize that you're going to be celebrating the next 2 weeks. And the reason you're going to be celebrating the next 2 weeks is because you're going to have 10 people in your whole organization. You may not have your 10 that you personally enrolled by this time, but even if you personally enroll 5, do you know you're going to have 10 people in your organization by just enrolling 5? And we're going to be celebrating you at P600. My focus is to produce as many P600s and P1000s as possible, because this is really the foundation of the company. P150s are important too, but you could really kind of still be a customer in his zone and just kind of had your subscription wave with the scholarship at this point, honestly. You may not even decide to rank up here. But right here, you're making a decision to really build a business. You have to structure it a certain way to even be compensated. P600s and P1000s is the focus. And so notice Carl said in the beginning, he focused on him going chairman. But when he changed his perspective to who he was helping to go P600, who he was helping to go P1000, that's when everything shifted. And now people are leveling up. So who's ready to go P600? Where y'all at? I want to hear from you guys. I see Miss Berry unmuted. I see Unique unmuted. What's up, guys?
Let's go.
And I got, 500 and some client lists. Everybody getting it. Everybody's getting
I know that's right. So what do? Do you do hair?
Yeah, so I can't wait. I'm about to be like, come on.
I love it. Listen, I'm excited to help you launch Unique. I used to do hair. I did hair for 11 years. So I'm excited to help you launch. Who are you connected to?
Elizabeth.
And Elizabeth's connected to Rashonda.
Oh, that's going to be amazing. Let's do it. Rashonda, Elizabeth, y'all set that up. Let's get them on that call on Wednesday. It's going to be absolutely amazing. That call that we did before with Carl, that was a whole conference. I'm for real. It was about 50 minutes long. Powerful. Everybody signed up. So get them on because we're going to show them where the money reside at. Unique, you're going to walk that stage. So let's go.
Okay, let's get it.
Let's go. I love it. I see you, Elizabeth. Come on in.
Hey, thank you, Dr. Chyna, for this opportunity. I just really wanted to say I really appreciated that call earlier. Like, I literally had a moment with my team. Like, I really got tearful with my team. And I love the fact that we are so much together. And P600 is done by the end. By Wednesday, P600 is done. I'm working. I'm talking to everybody at my job. Like, y'all crazy if y'all sitting on this 9 to 5. Because I'm telling you, I'm leaving here in July without no questions asked.
Wow.
So if y'all ready to follow me, then let's go. If y'all not, stay behind the desk.
That's it. I love it. Elizabeth, congratulations. You guys are on fire. I'm so proud of you guys working together, building belief, and just knowing that it can happen and that it will happen. Like, you're in the perfect place. So congratulations. It's go time. Let's go. Let's grow. So I love it. Anybody else?
We should be fighting on mute over here now. Let's go.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah, Dr. Chyna, thank you. I was on your live a couple of days ago and you shouted me out 3 times. Khadijah 843, that was me who made the 4K. So appreciate it, because trust me, my Instagram is blown up.
Yeah, I love shouting people out on my page. That's whatever, you must have did something. So I was definitely, and that makes a big difference, by the way, too, on social media. So definitely tap in. I love it. I know that's right. Carl said y'all should be fighting to unmute.
Yeah,
What's going on? Okay.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, let's go.
Hey, what's up, Giovanna?
What's up? I just wanted to say, I know you all said that you wanted to know which platform to use to go to do pre-recorded videos and then stream them live. You can also do it on YouTube. It's called Switcher Studio. You can do a free trial, but it's only $45 a month if you auto renew it. It's $400 a year, but you could do a $20 7-day pass. And it's only a one-time charge. So if you want to just, test it for 7 days, it's $20. But it's great. I've used it before. It's absolutely phenomenal. I just didn't have any pre-recorded videos to keep it up. But I do plan on recording a lot of videos, as I discussed with you earlier, Dr. Chyna. So I'll be using this again.
So it allows you to play pre-recorded videos or videos that have already.
You stream them live. It looks like you're live. So your live notification is going to come up when you schedule it like you would with Planner. You schedule it to go live.
What platforms can it stream to?
YouTube and Facebook. I've streamed it to Facebook before, but I'm reading the site now and it did say YouTube, but I don't know if it had YouTube before. I've used it to Facebook before, so not sure all of the, because I was only doing Facebook at the time. Oh, it's YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, video conferencing. I don't know what that means. I think that's Zoom, Twitch, and Microsoft Stream. I never heard of Microsoft Stream, but those are the destinations.
Gotcha. Huh? Okay.
Yeah, but it's great. It's a really great tool.
Perfect. Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for that, Giovanna. We appreciate it. Awesome sauce. All right, who's ready to run it up? Who's building? Who's running?
Hey, I'm just noisy where I am, but it's for purpose. I'm in a restaurant called ATL, and I'm here I'm talking with the owner, talking with the people here. So as you can see, I got my computer getting me some telephone numbers, so I'm ready. I'm excited. Thank you for all that you do. And I'm just, I'm just reignited. Let's just say this. I'm reignited. I just thank you so very much. Let's go.
Let's go. 4 people this week. Let's go.
4 people is done. I'm getting those 4 people done in 24.
4 people this week.
Okay, Pastor Carl. Now you come on what nights? Because I would have to definitely get on probably between 6 and 7 or 6 and 8 because of my work schedule, so I can give myself time to get home. And
so normally we start the calling parties once Dr. Jules' Rise of Prophet is over.
I'm at work at that time. I don't get off work home from work till about maybe 4:30 in the evening, and so to give my time.
Are you Eastern or Central?
Eastern. I'm in Michigan.
Oh, okay. What up? Okay, so we're normally there from 12. What up, though? We're normally there from 12 to 8. From 12 to 8. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I got to give a 2-hour window to just sit in and watch to see what you guys do, so absolutely. I can and help pull my part up to help Latasha. I'm with her and Kimberly, so and under you guys, so I can come out, get out of my shell, and do
absolutely. And then also, go ahead.
What do you do really quick, Gwendolyn, on your job currently?
I drive a bus. I drive a 60-foot bus. Right.
That's right. Gotcha. Okay.
And with the COVID stuff, the way they're changing our schedule and stuff is because they're getting ready to do another run pick Tuesday, so I got to probably switch my time again. So I'm not sure what line I'm gonna end up on. So
gotcha.
Yeah. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna give you a script. So let us know the scenario if it's numbers in your phone. Sometimes I do for let's say Gwendolyn, you're on the call, and I'll say, Gwendolyn, give me a number, and I'll call it and I'll book the appointment for you just to have fun, for you to hear how I maybe overcome a rebuttal. And then most people when they're on the call, but I'm like, oh my God, he just booked an appointment. Right. I'm not explaining the information. I'm booking an appointment. So no matter what numbers you have, guys, you definitely want to come with your list. So if you have not made your list of 25, let's start there. So everyone's homework is to make that list of 25. But I don't know if they're going to want to join. Be coachable. Just make the list. I promise you, I'm going to give you a script. Now, past prophets, well, it's not past prophets, but, scenarios do happen. But more likely, guys, with the scripts that I give, they're very cut to the point, and you will have a lot of guests on these opportunity calls. So come to the calling party with your list of 25 names and numbers, and we will give you the scripts and to give you the confidence to make phone calls like a boss.
That's it, guys. I love it. All right, guys. Well, listen, this has been amazing. Thanks for hopping on. It went a little bit longer than we thought, just with everybody engaging in and just really getting in a depth of information. But I'm really happy to see those of you who stepped up and are ready to hop on a call and just ready to run. 4 people in a week. And that $1,000 is complete and it's going to add to the rest of the money. So I love it. Thanks so much for being on, guys. I appreciate you guys running all the way up. God bless you guys and have a phenomenal
Have a good night.